thing on?
¿Cómo está? ¿Estás? Shit, I don't know.
So,
it's been so long since I've taken Spanish.
Here we are back on the podcast again.
Yeah.
And again.
Always. We're always here. We never actually leave.
Yeah. I need a ringer so that I can get a vacation from the podcast. I'm just kidding.
Where do I file that PTO paperwork?
Isn't that funny? It's be like, I need a vacation from something I do voluntarily.
Right. Something that I love doing that I decided I wanted to do on my own time.
Yeah.
But I really need a break. Okay, thanks, bye.
I want to hear someone else do this just as good as I do or as bad.
Right? All of a sudden, I was almost late today because of my actual job. And I was so stressed out about it. And then I was like, dang it, I don't even want to go in now. I just want to call in. I was like, wait, that's not how the podcast works.
Yeah.
This is a
life decision.
Really.
Yeah.
This is just something I like doing.
Let's talk about your regrets, huh? No, it's
everything. 90% of what I say on the podcast. Oh my God. Literally every episode. I struggle so hard with listening to them because I'm like, oh, I remember saying or doing that thing and this was awkward and I went off on that random tangent that made no sense and had no purpose.
But you have to listen to it to make sure it sounds good.
Exactly. Because then otherwise people are going to be like, hey, what about this moment? And I'm be like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Yeah. So I have to. Like that one time that I sang. I think I've done it a couple times.
It's coming at
actually.
you. Yeah, it's coming at you this time.
I know. I've done that a couple times. And I'm just like, why do I do and say the things that I do and say? Why do you let me be me, Alan?
Yeah. I don't know. I should put sensors up so it's no, wrong.
Right? Just like a red light, green light. Nope, stop.
Those paddles.
Yeah.
They have them where you flip them. I've seen a few of those. They're like a red and green that everyone can hold them up if they agree or disagree.
Yeah.
It's like a non-verbal gesture.
That should be it. You should have those. So every time I start talking,
I think that would be
stop me if I get a little too weird.
I think that would be a distraction to the guests. They'll be like, "What are you doing over there?"
That's actually a really good point.
On the other side of the table, we have this whole thing where it's bad, red, green.
Why are you so mean to her, Alan? Oh my God.
Yeah.
She wants me to do this, I swear.
It's for her own good.
It's for, we don't need an hour of random talk. It's fine. As much fun as it is.
And then when the singing commences, we just lay over it with some Christina Aguilera or something.
That's really what we should do. That would be the best for everyone. Or we just put that hold music on, right on top of it. Just
some elevator music.
Yeah. And then we come back and everybody's like, why did you do that?
Your call is very important to us. If you hold, someone will be with you shortly.
Exactly.
Momentarily. Yeah. Not shortly. Momentarily.
Yeah, we should definitely do that over every moment that I'm singing. I think it's a good call. New ideas for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like new ideas, so if you have new ideas, let us know at Colliding.
At Colliding?
No. Film in Minnesota.
Yeah, wrong company, Alan.
Yeah, okay. It's been a short day so far.
Yeah,
I've been up for 1 hour. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, we've been here for an hour. What are you talking about? Did you just wake up?
I just woke up, yeah.
I suppose.
And this place is already closing, so it's just why do places close so early?
That's a really good question. I feel like in the city, that should not be allowed.
Yeah.
And I do consider this in the city.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm from Hinckley. And so...
yeah. It's in the loop. The 494, 694 thing. If you're in this death circle...
I live in St. Paul in the city. If I can get to my apartment within 30 minutes, you're city. You're in the cities.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So this is the cities. Closing with the time that they close. I don't want to give anybody an idea here. But I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, just places in general. It's it's 9 o'clock. It's time to shut it down before 10.
Right.
It's what? I want food at, whenever I need food. I don't want to have to go to Cub or Walmart or all that junk.
Yeah. Isn't it New York? You can get waffles at 2 a.m. Why does the Twin Cities not have that?
That's why we're number 46 in the largest cities. People aren't coming here.
I was looking at a list today of like the states with, or it like lists all the states, but like by their value.
Oh.
And it had a few different like ways of categorizing that.
Huh.
And I think we were like 16th or something. I was like, that's not bad. That's pretty dang good.
Yeah, you're not top 10, but
But you're also...
You're in the top 40 of the 50 states.
I mean, there's that. I mean, I feel like 16's pretty stinking good out of 50. Yeah?
I guess, yeah. I think we could be higher.
I mean, I definitely think that we should be higher, but at the same time...
So, okay, New York, California.
Yeah.
Probably Texas.
Ugh.
Florida. I mean, think of all these states ahead of us.
But like... Oh, I know, but just think of...
Washington, Colorado.
Ooh, Washington, Colorado. Oregon.
Arizona.
Yeah.
We're just listing off all the states now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to count to 16, but there are so many states.
I'm listing the ones that I actually care
Hawaii.
about. Ooh, Hawaii. Alaska even. I feel like Alaska's valuable.
In summer, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Other places too, I guess.
Solstice was fun, wasn't it?
It was. This is the day after my birthday. No, day before my birthday.
Summer solstice?
Yeah. I think it's the day before my birthday. Yeah.
It's the 21st.
Yeah. So yeah, day before.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's always kind of fun. When I was little, I used to think that it changed every year, just like other things. And so I used to be like, yeah, it's going to be on my birthday this year. And I was really stupid. See, this is one of those things where you wish you had a paddle to tell me not to talk. Like, that's stupid. But...
No, I enjoy hearing you talk.
Oh, man. But, yeah. And so it made me really sad growing up later and realizing, no, it's like my birthday is less important because it's not on my birthday. What? Like, that's what I felt made it valuable, like made it really cool. Although, I do share a birthday with Meryl Streep, so that's pretty badass.
Oh, yeah. That is cool.
Yeah. I have
to
find value in the day somehow. I don't know.
Mine is kind of like that. It was usually on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Oh, really?
So it kind of fluctuates from several years to years, you know.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always enjoyed the day off from school whenever it happened. Or a snow day. Usually in January, that's the case.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I always used to get sad that my birthday was in the summer. Like, I love summer, so that was great. But, like, you know, you couldn't, like, nobody celebrated in school. And, like, everybody would always bring treats for people's birthdays. And I was like, I can't bring treats for my birthday.
Everyone's celebrating everyone's summer birthday during this day or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
So I was like, yeah, whatever.
It's not my birthday.
Yeah. It's like, it's stupid May, guys. But, yeah.
Well, on to the podcast. All right, welcome back to Film in Minnesota. I'm your host, Alan Tracy.
And I'm your other host, Rahana Power.
And we're here today with Clara Davies.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. So what's up, Clara?
Not much. Good. So I just saw Booksmart right before I came here. I was amazed. It was so funny. I laughed like nonstop the entire time, and then I cried at the end because it was cute. So everyone should go see it. Yeah, it was really great.
That was how I reacted to Always Be My Maybe.
Oh, I loved that one too.
I laughed so hard the whole time, and then the last like 5 minutes, I was just crying. Like I couldn't stop. I was like, "This is so sweet."
Yeah, it was a little. I mean, the end was a little cheesy for me. I'm not much for rom-coms unless they're like early '90s, but it had some really great jokes, and the cameo was hilarious.
Too good.
So
Clara, you're an actress here in the Twin Cities area, right?
I am an actress.
Uh-huh.
I am in the Twin Cities frequently. I am not located in the Twin Cities.
Okay.
Personally.
Well, we'll get to that. But first, we're jumping. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm jumping.
A little preview.
Okay, so jumping away from that. Fun question.
Okay.
If you were stranded on a desert island for the rest of your life First of all, I'm really sorry, and I hope it's pretty.
Thank you.
Second of all, you somehow managed to have some type of TV or phone that is working. But you only have
a magical
one
charger.
and a magical charger. And you only have one
solar powered
TV series or show that you are able to watch for the rest of eternity. What is it?
That's a really tough question. There are two series that are on consistently. I go back and forth, just on in the background in my house, and that's Friends and The Office. Just because they're really comforting to me. I really like them. But also another one I just thought of I really loved was Flight of the Conchords. And that one you get some, TV show watching, and then you also get the musical element. So
that's true.
I might have to pick that one.
Okay. I like that.
Interesting. Yeah. Flight of the Conchords, what was that? Was that...
it was an HBO series with two guys from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Brett McKenzie and Jermaine something. Hilarious. And, oh my gosh, just so funny and adorable. You have to have the right kind of humor to get it.
Right. What kind of humor is it? Is it like...
It's a little dry a little bit quirky. So they're two musicians.
Okay.
And they're new to New York. So they're going through like this whole, and they've got this terrible manager. And oh my God, it's just so funny. But then they break out into different songs, and it's like they have rap songs, and they've got folk songs and rock songs. I mean, it's just adorable. It's only 2 seasons, so everyone should be able to fit that in a day or two.
It's 2 seasons?
Yeah.
That's your desert island one?
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think I would make it very long on a desert island, to be honest. So
you'd find other things to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that makes sense. If all you're doing is watching TV, then that's
you're not making the most of it.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not really living on the desert island.
Well, yeah. Need something to do at night when there's no sun.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would pick Frasier. That's been
really.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of Frasier. Yeah. I don't think I can stand it. Same with Seinfeld. It's not my humor. I don't know. I used
to think that way about Seinfeld too. I think it was
just like in high school I've seen like episodes and I'm like, ugh, this is so dumb because everyone else likes it, so I don't want to like it. And now I just I can't get over that part yet. Maybe when I grow up.
That's what we used to do about Seinfeld too, and now I love it.
I love it too. Yeah. I used to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then when it ended, then I was like, oh, okay.
It's funny because I'll catch the same certain episodes over and over again on TV every now and again, and they used to not make me laugh at all, and now I laugh hysterically at them, at the jokes. It grows on you. You have to let it grow on you. Yeah,
that's what I like about Frasier because it goes through a series of life things. It's like there's major events in life that happen, and I can relate to that. So, and it's really smart writing. That's what I like.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's me.
Yeah, I still don't know. I'm too indecisive.
I recommend watching it if you get a chance again.
When am I going to have time?
I don't know. When do you have time?
I don't have any time.
You don't have any time?
You are busy.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I'm a little busy little bee. I am one of those people that like to create a bunch of ideas in my head, and I have to do all of them at the same time. So it's really not stressful ever.
Not at all.
Yeah, my schedule's wide open, Just kidding.
Here we are in the middle of summer. Mm-hmm. And so I have seen you travel around Minnesota a lot.
Yeah, so I live up north in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. I have 30 acres in the middle of the woods, and it's beautiful and peaceful, and I love it so much. And I'll hold the mic up correctly. Anyway, so I live pretty far away, but I am also a wedding planner, and that gives me a very flexible schedule to come to the cities to do filming and auditions and all of that stuff. But I'm also doing weddings down here and in Duluth and all over the place. So.
Wow. But that's got to be nice to have that much land to yourself too, to get away, kind of like a fortress of solitude type of thing.
Nice. I'll be silly. So we live on like a dirt road, and it's like 2 miles down. But there was in May, they were doing construction on the road north of us a mile, and so we had traffic on our road, and it was like 1 car every hour. And I was just like, what is with all of this traffic? There's so many cars. And, it's laughable because you come to the cities and there's just vehicles everywhere.
So you're used to nothing.
Yeah.
And then you come here.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And it's so strange because I used to live in Minneapolis. So
okay.
And I grew up half of my time in Denver with my dad. So I'm so familiar with like city life and like being around everything. But then living in the middle of nowhere and then coming here, I'm just like filled with road rage and like there's too many people and I get overwhelmed. But it's so much fun because there's so much stuff to do here. Right.
That helps.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It would suck if it was just traffic and nothing to do.
Yeah, if I'm going like all of this traffic to go to nowhere, that would be torture.
Yeah. That would be really not fun at all.
Who would do that to themselves? It's like, have you heard of like, what is it, Arkansas, where Walmart is, the corporate Walmart, whatever it is?
No.
I forget which state. I think it's Arkansas. But there's a Walmart. I had a friend who went down there to see her sister, and Walmart's everywhere for everything. And I mean like McDonald's, Photo Huts, whatever you type, change your tires, everything's a Walmart. So just imagine.
So McDonald's is a Walmart?
I don't know, something like that. It was weird.
It's
the
like
way she described it.
So it was like a mall, but hosted by Walmart.
A city of Walmarts, basically.
Huh.
But everything's a Walmart, like test stores for
That just sounds
everything.
Depressing.
It's so weird, though. I don't know what that's like, but I guess what can you compare that to? Like, the fact that Target has a field and a stadium, so
Target Center, Target Field.
I don't know.
It's like our Targets here, basically. Yeah. So there's Targets everywhere, but they're Walmarts. So if corporate Walmart lived here, there'd be Walmarts everywhere instead of Targets. So pretty much like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that they have like these test stores of like, I don't know, coffee shops that would be Walmart, for instance, that'd be like, what is that?
This sounds like a made up
like a Whoville type of
like this isn't a really bad movie.
That's what I thought when I heard that. And I was just like, how is that real? That can't be real.
See, now we need to test it out. Now we need to send someone, not it, to go down to Arkansas and check this out and find out how accurate this is.
You talking about city life like that is just kind of reminding me of this whole like, that's weird,
Yeah. I'm still like wrapping my head around a field full of Walmarts, the windmills.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can leave the Walmart discussion because this is not an advertisement.
No.
In any way.
Definitely not. So how did you, at what point, like while you're living in the middle of nowhere in the woods, planning weddings, like what like clicked in your mind saying, you know what I want to do? Act in the Twin Cities.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of things happened. Well, I have always been in like drama club and theater and all of these things like in high school, like extracurricular activities where I'm always just doing stuff and performing and being in front of crowds. And then I went through all of these like different changes and different ideas, me with the ideas, changing my mind a lot. And everything I was doing was in a roundabout way of going back to acting. Like I was a spokesmodel for a radio station, and then I went to beauty school. But all of these things, like I was going to take the really, really long way back to acting. Mm-hmm. And then that was just stupid. So 2017, Chris Cornell passed away, and that was really traumatic for me, if you guys know who that is.
Yep.
Just because I personally relate to his music a lot, and he was like just huge role model for me. And then 2 months later, Chester from Linkin Park died, and it was just like all of these big heavy things, because these are two people and like two musicians, and music was really important to me. That just like totally threw me into like this mental, like, what am I doing with my life and where am I going? And then I started writing again, which I was writing a story, and I was like, okay, when I finish this novel, I'm going to write it into a screenplay, and then I'm going to be the actress in it. And I'm like, okay, this is so stupid. Why do I keep doing this? And I'm like, I'm just going to start acting again. So that was December 2017, and then 2018 I took my first class, and then I haven't stopped. So really, I mean, like a year and a half, and now I'm like filling my plate really, really full.
Yeah.
Which is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
That's awesome.
So you've been doing this for a year and a half now.
Yes.
Since you've been active, I guess. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Pursuing it actively and openly.
So this is deep down in you. Like, how long has this been?
It's
there?
so weird. Because like, growing up, you never really think of like, oh, this is what I want to do, or this is a thing that I like. But I was just like naturally this storyteller person. So I was always writing. I was always performing. I was always making up these stories in my head, and I was always like, listening to songs, and I'm like, oh, this is how the music video would go, and this is what I would do, and this is like, so I'm just daydreaming all the time.
Right.
And so kind of just like every different part of my life, I'd be like, okay, this is the path it's going to go, and then this is where I'm going to be when they make the movie about this. Or like my life's a whole movie.
Right.
I'm so vain because I'm so interesting. So that was just, it's just like, I'm a storyteller, and that's what I want to do. I want to tell stories. So writing and acting and kind of just all fits.
Yeah. I love that you brought up music, because to me, Chester passing away was a big deal.
Yeah.
And that was
He was my first crush.
Oh.
Like hardcore crush.
How far back Linkin Park are you?
Like the beginning.
Really?
I was like 11.
Okay. So hybrid
like,
theory.
That was real deep for me.
All right. Wow. The first time Linkin Park came out, I didn't like them at first.
Really?
Just like the same reason you didn't like
everyone liked them.
because everyone liked it. It was just like, MTV, whatever, Back when MTV had music videos.
Yeah.
But then it was like, okay, this is pretty good,
Yeah.
So then, yeah. And Mike had the red hair then. And it was just really weird. It was just like, what's going on?
Yeah. I just love the in the end music video. It was just so like mesmerizing.
Did you see the making of that? Like how they made it?
Probably.
It's very interesting because the way they did the speed up of the song to get the slow motion, like just right so it matched the lyrics. I've learned how to do that since then.
That's awesome.
But, it's just kind of like, oh, that's how they did that,
Yeah.
It's like one of their DVDs. I bought that. And
Oh.
It was just like...
Gosh, I guess I wasn't that big a fan.
Party at the Frat House, Pancake Club, or whatever the heck it was called.
What?
Yeah, it was a weird name.
Chocolate Starfish, hot dog flavored water.
Yes.
It's very late 90s.
Oh, the 90s were the best.
Yeah.
Can we just all agree on that?
Yeah.
How about you, Rahana? What did you listen to Linkin Park?
I loved Linkin Park growing up.
Yeah, Audio Slave, all that.
Not Audio Slave.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I know.
Get out of here.
Linkin Park. I was a very strange kid. Linkin Park and Eminem.
Oh my God, me too.
And DMX.
DMX, yes, he was just here.
Very strange teenage girl.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I just drove. It's a 3-hour drive home for me. And last time I was in the Twin Cities, I got the urge to listen to Eminem, and I listened to. I had to YouTube everything because I don't have any music saved on my phone, and I don't have any CDs, and like there's no channel on my XM that's straight Eminem, so I had to
which is really important.
YouTube.
Yes.
And yeah, I forgot how much I love him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because I'm pretty like white and ghostly and everything, and I'm just in Detroit, like I'm a white girl, okay, whatever. And Eminem comes on, and my boyfriend will start laughing at me. He's like, "Who are you?" Because I will just go for it. I'm like, I don't care who's watching.
I was just thinking of that. It would be And nobody steal my idea because I want to do this. Like a little.
Yeah, let's tell
video,
everyone.
Well, I'm just gonna say because it's funny, and I probably won't do it.
Yeah.
But just like when, what is that 8 Mile song? Why can't I think?
Lose Yourself.
Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
When Lose Yourself comes on, and like white girls are on in the car.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you know, real quick
Immediate.
switch into a different person.
Yeah.
And that would just be hilarious.
Very immediate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the
that's-
beat drops on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then like hoods up and you're, you know, pretending like you're rapping.
Oh, it's
What's up?
phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
So everyone just imagine that in your heads and pretend that we made a video about
Exactly.
There it is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a mental picture right away.
it. Yeah, perfect.
And one of the weird things was, like, at that time, that was when I started getting into music, like around 2001-ish or 2000. And I remember it was Eminem and Limp Bizkit,
Oh, I love that.
and I was just like, what's with all the food names? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
why are we obsessed with food in our music?
I love food.
That's really funny. Oh, food's also the best.
And Dr. Dre, and it was
Oh
just like,
yeah. Yeah.
I had not listened to music really at all. It was like a flat line up until that moment. So in
Really?
those years,
No, like
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys,
no.
Britney
In
Spears.
Sync, Britney Spears, yeah.
Well, I
Christina
heard of
Aguilera.
them, obviously, but
But they just
I
weren't
didn't
your
listen
jam?
to anything. Yeah, I was just all about watching like shows and movies. And
Gotcha. Well, yeah.
Were you Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Backstreet Boys. For sure. That was my very first concert.
Really?
Was the Backstreet Boys.
Lucky.
Yeah. I
That's
was,
incredible.
it was our Christmas present and I cried. I was so excited. And then we went to the concert. And I am an introvert, so crowds and lots of things and like lots of people is so overwhelming. So we went to the concert and I remember just sitting in my chair pouting because all these people were freaking screaming and I could not hear anything. And then finally, like the last like 3 songs, I got over it. You know, I was like
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh wow, 9.
I don't. It was in 98, 99
Uh huh.
that we went. So
Cool.
it was 9 or 10.
Where was it? What venue
I think it was the Target Center.
was it?
Oh,
If
wow.
that was I
Mhm.
mean, it was in the Twin Cities.
Okay. It was probably Target Center back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw them there in my 20s, so that's a stretch.
Yeah.
That was weird.
They're still good.
Fun, but oh yeah, absolutely, because it was them and
New Kids?
yes, New Kids, and then I think Matthew Morrison from Glee, the guy that played the teacher, he was there
Oh, okay.
opening for all of them, and I was like,
That's weird.
that's random, but I'm okay with it. And then all of a sudden, Backstreet Boys came out, and then New Kids came out, and I was like, this is the best night of my 20s ever. It was incredible.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So music obviously has touched you.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of rock music and like metal and like stuff with just heavier lyrics. And I think that's what stuck with me the most. I mean, I do like, you know, my share of pop music, but that's kind of like, it doesn't go, it's just on the surface. And then there's, you know, this darker, deeper stuff that has like Linkin Park and Audioslave and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. And they've got these really like interesting lyrics that make you think a little bit deeper about things. And it kind of really like kick-started me into writing. And so the
Yep.
first stuff I ever wrote were lyrics to songs that I was going to sing, but I am the worst singer in the entire world. So that didn't go very far.
But you still wrote it.
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah.
So,
It's like half the battle.
yeah.
So how about acting? Did you have anything? Was it music that pushed you into acting more, or was it something else? Or
No, it was me. I don't know. I think it was just like something to do.
Okay.
I grew up in a very, very small town. My graduating class was 36,
Oh, wow.
I think, and we had a very big class for our school.
Whoa. Is this North Dakota? I mean,
No. No, a teeny tiny little Wisconsin town. And so I just had because we had such a small school, I could literally be in anything that I wanted to be and everything. So I was. So I didn't
Okay.
have to go home and, you know, just be bored.
Yeah. That makes
So,
sense. So what's your favorite show that you've ever done?
Favorite show?
Yeah.
Like-
Like through high school, through like maybe college, past, like anything like your go-to, like your favorite role you've played?
I don't know. That's really, really hard. Because like they're all different. I think the one I'm most proud of is most recently I wrote a short film and we like made it, and it was just a really strong subject and a strong story, and that was just like I feel kind of silly for like picking something that I wrote, but I think that one was just the most valuable to me because it was like really pushed me out of my zone, and I really had to like dig deep to find this character and
out of your comfort zone.
Because I was playing a mom of children, and the story is pretty tragic, and it was just really emotional and physically draining. So that was really great, I think, for me.
Wow.
To kind of allow myself to do that.
What's it called?
It's called The Last Day of School, and I wrote it last year after the Parkland shooting. It just story fell out of me, and it's kind of about the choices we make every day involving children and the school. Not really the school; it doesn't matter. Just about how parents and our relationships with our children and our homes and every choice that we make and how it affects other people and other things. So,
is it available for people to see now, or will it be eventually?
It will be eventually. Okay. We just finished. Not me. Aaron Huber was my editor for that and the cinematographer. But he just finished editing it, and now we're in the festival submission process.
Cool.
Nice.
Where did you film this?
So I wanted to film it in the Twin Cities because my entire cast and crew is from the Twin Cities.
Oh, wow.
But I had a really hard time finding a school to use. And then my high school in Wisconsin was like, hey, you can film here for free. And I'm like, that's super cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were really great. And I had full access to everything. I mean, it's a small school, so.
And you knew where everything was.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So
that's awesome.
It was nice.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So this story was very true to you then?
Well, I think it was just true to kind of our American culture of violence and all of the, political stuff. But it's just really about, every choice that we make and how it affects other people, whether we think it does or not, that sort of stuff.
Interesting. How long is this film?
It's a 15-minute film.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nice. It's exciting. So did that kind of get you amped up to continue writing and making more, like taking on that role in other films?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on writing or screenwriting, but I keep getting all of these creative ideas, and as an actress in, the middle of the country, you're not on a coast. You have to kind of create your own content and make stuff. So I've been writing a lot for roles that I want to play, and then thinking of like collabing with other people. And I've just got so many stories kind of like that I'm working on. I've got 2 features that I've written. One I am rewriting right now, and we're going to be filming it in the winter.
That's awesome.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah. Are you looking for like crew members that might be listening, or are you all staffed up?
Soon. So we, my director and I just read through my first script, and now I'm going to go back through and we're going to get it a little bit more polished, and then talk about production timelines and what we think we need and all of the fun stuff.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I have to ask you now, since you've been pretty active from what I can tell over the last year and a half, apparently.
Yeah.
How many projects have you been doing on I don't know, since then, I guess, since you started in December of that year?
I took my resume out of my so I don't. No, I do. I've done some commercial work and industrial stuff, and then I've been in 10 films.
Wow.
I think maybe 9.
Short or feature length? Or?
All of them are short.
Okay.
Well, one feature, but I had like 3 lines.
Okay. Hey, it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
IMDb says, no small roles for some of these characters, actors that make it.
Yeah, I think I have like 4 IMDb credits. So.
Nice.
That's exciting. That is a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 in the last year and a half.
Yeah, it's been. I think I've just one of those people that has to play catch up. So I'm like, well, I've wasted 20 some years. I might as well just pack everything I can into all of this not extra time that I have. So
hear you.
Condensed soup talk. That's what we're doing. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I know that those a lot of short films are being made here. Have you've done work in like Duluth too and up there?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you find that frequently or?
Not as frequent. I think with the Catalyst Festival, which if nobody knows about, it used to be the ITV Fest, and it's coming to Duluth, and it's a television festival. So everyone should go because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be in Duluth all the time. I feel like I'm advertising for it, but I'm just really excited. And I think with that, and then now Duluth has a 48-hour film festival, which is in July. So I think that'll start bringing more people to like the surface, because there are some very active members of the film community up there. But that's a handful of people that I know of.
That's interesting because it is obviously you have Lake Superior.
Yeah,
so
it's such a beautiful location to shoot, and like there's so many different options, and it's smaller, so it's a little bit easier.
So you filmed in the Twin Cities, Duluth, in Wisconsin. Have you gone any broader than that, or?
Not yet.
No?
That's on my little list of things to do. I really want to we want to get this feature done, just to have that under our belt. And it's going to be another big role. I wrote it so I could play the lead. And then my friend Taylor Clement is directing, and she directed a short film that I was in called Mother of Mine, I think, which I didn't have a very big role, but I thought she did really well. So I'm really excited. I wrote the film, followed all of the indie film protocol for writing a short or writing a feature. Is use locations that you have, not very many characters, write it for a no budget, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's based on basically my life in a different universe. Like, I won't give anything away yet, but so we're going to use my little farm land and my Northwoods locations, and it's going to be great.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Is it a farmland for sure? Like,
well, no. So I don't live on a farm. I have lots of trees. We have maple trees, and we make maple syrup. So that will be kind of in the story a little bit, because that's, fun activity. Waste some time.
Maybe I saw you do something like that on Instagram.
So, syrup is in the spring, so
nice.
You probably saw me tapping some trees or something.
So you make syrup, you plan weddings, you act, right?
Yeah.
Direct.
Sit through traffic.
What else do you do?
It
sounds like you have a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah. No. Just lots of ideas.
Yeah. That's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. I would never think of making syrup.
Yeah, to be honest, it wasn't my idea. It was my husband's idea. We bought our land, and he's like, we've got all these maple trees. I'm going to make maple syrup. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what that means.
Give him something to do. Come on.
Yeah.
So then he's like, well, we have to do all this get all this equipment and then do all this stuff. And I'm like walking around in snow up to the middle of my thighs in the middle of winter. It's a great workout.
Yeah.
But it's, 6 weeks of vigorous work It's not for the faint of heart.
Do you enjoy it more now than you did when he first had the idea?
I love the syrup. I will just drink it straight from the bottle.
Okay.
Oh,
it's
really?
so good. It's so worth it.
No added anything?
Nope.
Just straight?
No, because that's what comes from the tree, and you just boil out all the water. And it's a weird science. I mean, there's like barometers and all of this stuff for it. But nobody ever complained about the price of pure maple syrup because it's so much work.
I can see that.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's definitely worth the $15, $20 per pint or gallon or whatever it is.
Especially with how much people actually use it.
I
So,
use it
it's not
every
like-
week. All
Really?
the time.
What do you use it on?
Breakfast.
Uh-huh. Well,
I have
obviously,
breakfast all the time.
like waffles, pancakes, but anything else?
Oatmeal, cream of
Ooh.
wheat, any kind of hot cereal. And I'm getting really hungry. It's great, like in your baking.
Yeah, we really need catering in this thing.
Yeah, we do.
From now on.
That needs to start happening. Every single time we record, everybody ends up
Glam
getting
dolls,
hungry.
are you out there? You know.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good.
Hopefully they're listening. If they're listening, send us donuts.
Please cater us.
Because they're not busy enough.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You know all about that with the event planning, right?
Yeah, they've done a couple weddings for
I've seen a
desserts
donut
and-
cake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the best.
Anyways, back to your story with the maple syrup.
Yeah. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
The everything. And then the commute.
Yeah,
So you-
I enjoy my commute. Like
You
I
like
said,
that?
I am an introvert, so
Oh,
I need
okay.
that time to
You get that-
decompress.
Yeah.
Because when I go home, it's an extroverted husband and 2 little
Oh.
terriers.
Huh.
And then, being in the cities, I'm either like at filming or auditions or meeting with people, and it's a lot
Right.
going on. So
Yeah.
that commute time, it's great for podcasts and just listening to the radio and spending time to myself,
Right.
coming up with more ideas of stuff I need to do.
Yeah, I filmed in Wisconsin too for events, and it's just like, it's a long drive.
Mm-hmm.
But it is nice to just kind of take some time to, I can listen to this podcast
Mm-hmm.
or this thing I wanted to listen to or music, So yeah, I like that.
And I find, we're doing a podcast, but I really have gotten into them. There's so many like filmmaking ones and screenwriting and business ones that I just like go back to the very beginning of all my favorite ones and like their first episodes and just listen to them all the way. So
Right.
I've got a stockpile in it. And being so new into the industry, it's so nice to like learn more about like the backside of things. Because with The Last Day of School, I wrote it and I wanted somebody else to direct it. And then everyone's like, well, why don't you just direct it? And I'm like, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, but it turned out great. So it's just nice to learn while I'm driving.
Right. Well, if you
So I
need a
can-
director, I'm here for you anytime.
Perfect.
I always want a writer, Like I've
Oh.
always wanted a writer.
Well,
I've always wanted a producer. It's just
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, and I want to learn more about producing too.
Oh.
Being like an event planner, it's just naturally
Oh, yeah.
a
I
good
guess
fit. I'm just like
that would
I like,
actually.
all the details and putting stuff together. So
That-
that's what I'm naturally good at.
That would actually be a
So,
good
yeah.
flip, actually. Now that
I've
you
been
bring that
thinking more
up.
about that, but I don't know.
It's pretty much the same thing. If you think about your bride and groom as your star actors, kind
Or
of.
bride and bride or groom and groom.
Or yes,
That's not,
yes. Excuse me.
The couple.
yeah.
The couple.
Sorry, that's just like my natural
Yeah.
Yeah.
defensiveness for couples. I mean, like putting all this wedding stuff together and then putting, you're coming up with the same beautiful product. It's just one is 1 day long and one is like, an hour long.
Right.
Yeah.
End result.
Right. Yeah. Once you get into multiple locations and days, it's.
Yeah.
And you're constantly, you're
Yeah.
always like reaching for like, okay, can we get this for this amount of time? Yada, yada, yada. So,
Yep. Putting the puzzle pieces together.
yeah. So I think, what's your favorite part about collaborating on like a film set that you've experienced in the last year, especially in regards to Minnesota? Like, have you noticed any difference between here or maybe Wisconsin? Have you done anything or?
No, honestly, there's nothing in like middle northern of Wisconsin.
Well, I mean, anywhere in
found.
Wisconsin,
but
if there is.
No, I really like the community and the collaboration of like working with people, and like the team effort to make one singular product is amazing. And it's super fun, and I love when everyone works together and everyone's got like on the same level of attitude and joy that they get from creating. It just makes it so fun. It's not working, it's just playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite genre that you like to maybe not just necessarily write for or act in, or something that you really want to create as a whole?
I love drama, but I am also very dramatic. So that just is a natural fit for me. I will not ever watch horror.
Oh.
I've seen 2 scary movies, 3 scary movies in my whole life, and I'm still shaken.
Huh.
What are they?
Yeah.
So I watched, it was like one of the scary movies, like the funny ones, but they still scared me.
Uh-huh.
And then Signs,
yep.
which was
Mel Gibson.
awful.
And it's on a farm.
Thinking about these makes my stomach hurt. And then
Hang in there.
The Ring, which I saw the Signs and The Ring on the same night. I was having a movie party at my house. And everyone's like, "Oh, let's watch." I didn't. Everyone's watching.
Yeah,
like,
that's
let's
groupthink.
watch these scary movies. And I'm like, "No, you guys, I'm not. I'm just gonna go in my room." And then they like made me watch these. But the worst part about The Ring is like I watched it, and then literally like 3 weeks later, I'm driving home in the middle of the country from work, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden this white horse comes out of the ditch into the road. Like, and I don't know if anyone remembers the horse scene in The Ring, but all of these horses run off a dam and then they all die. And it's like, it came to life, and it was just horrifying.
Oh, no.
Wow.
So now I get like the heebie-jeebies anytime I see horses. I just like, I can't do it. So.
I'm sorry, I just remember that guy's face in the closet. So.
It was a very long time ago. I try not to remember anything.
Good.
I just remember the horses. And then the hair from the girl.
Yeah,
girl.
the hair
let's just
is the only
stop.
thing I think I remember.
Stop.
Anyways.
So no horror.
No horror.
You like drama?
I like drama. I like suspense a little bit. Let's see. Favorites would be like The Usual Suspects and The Departed.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Fight Club.
Yes.
Yep. Kind of like gritty.
David Fincher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also love like 90s movies. Like Mallrats is my fave.
Kevin Smith, yep.
Yeah, I love Kevin Smith. So that's about it. I'm not much of a movie person. I can't find the time. Mm-hmm. I love watching movies. I can't find the time, and I get so anxious, and I always think about all these things I have to do.
Yeah.
So it's very rare when I can find time to sit and watch a movie.
Right. Did you see Captain Marvel?
No. I also don't like action movies.
Well,
Really?
I accidentally went to see, not Endgame, what's the first one?
Infinity War?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I accidentally went to see that.
whoops.
Like I tried to go to the library, and the library is closed, and I'm like, well, I'm in town, I might as well just go see a movie. And that was like the only movie playing.
Oh, sure.
And so I watched it, and halfway through, and I'm like, I have to watch all of these superhero movies to understand just one movie. What in the world?
Well, the best way to do that, instead of watching horror movies with friends, obviously, will be a Marvel marathon. There you go.
No.
They're so good, and some of them are so funny.
But here's the thing. It's like you said with your acting, it was like over years, obviously. This was like how many years? 14?
Like over a decade, yeah.
Yeah, a long time.
Easily.
So, yeah, take your time with it.
Yeah. And
but
some of them are irrelevant.
Here's the thing. The reason why I brought up Captain Marvel, spoiler alert.
Okay.
Since
I'm
you
not
probably
gonna
won't
watch
see it.
Yeah. Anybody listening, spoiler alert.
Yeah. But, well, if you're listening to a podcast, I mean, I feel like, anyways, I won't get on my soapbox about that. But There's a scene where Stanley is in
I love Stanley.
Mallrats.
Yeah.
And he's on the subway in the time frame where he's like reading the script for Mallrats, rehearsing his line in that movie. Like something about like...
Wait, in Mallrats or in Captain?
Mallrats. Well, he was in Captain Marvel.
Or Captain Marvel,
It was Captain Marvel. He's on this like subway when she passes by him.
Because it's set in the 90s.
Yeah, it's set in the 90s.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
adorable.
excellent.
So we have tons of 90s references in the movie. And
Okay,
then
I might watch it.
And you
now.
don't have to have seen all of the other movies in order to get anything that's in this movie. There's like
Okay.
a couple things,
Yeah.
but
This
you'll be
one's
fine
pretty
if you don't.
standalone, yeah.
It's so well done, and Brie Larson is phenomenal, and Sam Jackson is hilarious, and it's just great.
I just watched The Unicorn Store.
Oh, I want to
With
see that.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Did she
It's weird.
write it or direct it?
Yeah,
I
she
mean, she
did.
had some huge involvement, and it was fantastic. It was adorable, and I wasn't expecting it, the ending, but it was really good for a new filmmaker.
Right.
I really like those two together, like working together. Her and Sam Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Because they did that and Captain
Oh.
Marvel. And I don't know if they did it at the same time or one right after another or something, but like I saw an interview where she was like, he's one of my favorite people to work with now. Like, she just loves him. And I think that they play off each other so well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's also a Hollywood thing. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I
there's
think
that.
you just have to find the people that you work with a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
there's, those groups of people that always work together.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like Tarantino films
Yeah. I
was just
and
thinking about
Rodriguez
that, yeah.
films.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, you just have to find the people that you work with,
Or
and then
Clint
you just
Eastwood. He
you
always
work with them
uses
all the
same
time.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, why not?
yeah.
If you know the type of film you can create with those people, like once you find that, stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
So Clara, what's next for you?
Oh
What is the rest of 2019 looking?
my gosh,
There's
it's
still
so
5 whole
crazy.
months.
I know.
6 whole months.
Well, 5 by the time this comes
6.
out.
Well,
but yeah.
that's true, yeah.
Plus this.
Because
Oh yeah.
oh well, yeah, we can go over that later. Okay. Because I wanna.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because happy birthday, Clara.
This makes me very uncomfortable.
That's okay. It made me very uncomfortable, and every single person listening too. But that's okay because this is gonna be your birthday.
Yay!
Yeah.
Everybody's listening to this, which is very exciting. So everybody send her a happy birthday message on Instagram or Facebook.
The day that this comes out, not
Yes.
today.
Yeah.
The day that you hear this, hit pause on iTunes, go on Facebook, say happy birthday, Clara, and then go back to iTunes and unpause.
Yeah. So it'll be like a bunch of random days. Nobody listens to it on the day it comes out.
Somebody listens to it
Or
like a week later.
2020.
3 years
Yeah.
from now.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Yeah. So birthdays, it's a big one for me this year. Should I tell you?
Do it.
It'll be 30.
Oh,
which is-
that's a good year.
I'm a little overwhelmed with it because I don't feel 30.
You will
At
never
all.
feel as old
And
as you are.
yeah,
After
so I'm just
30,
like,
so yeah,
what-
You're good.
Yeah. So I think I'll have like a minor little meltdown the week of. But
You just gotta
I always forget it's my birthday.
Right?
Or like I'm
Yeah.
as you get older you're just like whatever.
It doesn't feel
Plus-
like your
Doesn't
birthday
matter.
anymore, and so all of a sudden you're like,
Between
oh,
the
wait,
three of
what?
us, we're like, we know we're always working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're always doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
it's,
easy to get distracted.
yeah. And you just want to chill sometimes. And you just like, oh yeah, it's my birthday.
Yeah, the best birthdays are the ones where I'm like sit home and I literally do nothing.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
that for many.
You can watch Captain Marvel. So
Maybe.
maybe.
You actually can. It came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a long list of movies. I won't.
Yeah,
I
you
need
have
to
Iron
watch.
Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
You know, I watched Iron Man, and Iron Man was okay. I think the first one. I don't know if I saw the second one, but I saw the Hulk with Edward Norton, and that was one of my favorite movies.
Nice.
Really?
So I bought it. I know a lot of
Nice.
people don't. Whatever, they don't really care, but Edward Norton is the best.
Yes,
I do love
he
Edward
is.
Norton. Him and Birdman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just watched that too.
That
I went
film
to
is-
Italy last month. Well,
Ooh.
in May for a wedding, and I watched like 6 movies on the plane. That's when I get to catch up on all the movies I watch is on the plane. So I watched Birdman and some other stuff. I don't remember.
The first time I saw Birdman, I didn't like it.
Really?
It was just kind of like, I was caught up in the technical side of it. As a filmmaker, I was just kind of like watching it, just like, it wasn't that I didn't like it, I guess. I did like it, but it was just kind of like, what's the deal here? Like, why do they keep doing this?
Yeah. I loved it.
I loved it too, technically, but it was just kind of like,
you were analyzing it.
Yeah, I was analyzing it so much.
It.
Yeah, exactly. But then I appreciated more the second time.
Yeah.
Even more.
I mean, it's so surprising because I've only been doing like film stuff for such a short amount of time, but paying attention to what's happening and like kind of how they did it for like on the backside of it. And it's so interesting to watch movies now.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of see like little things. And like in Booksmart, they did that trick where it's like they zoom in while they back up or like,
the vertigo
so it looks
look.
like it's so cool. And like
the rack focus.
I kind of just realized, like I just found out about that and like that's how you do it. And I saw it in a movie and I was like, I know how they did that. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I love those.
Yeah.
One of the best executions of that type of vertigo look or whatever it was, however you say it, but was in Taking Lives with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
There was this one shot of her outside of an elevator, and it was just like this moment where she realizes something's wrong, and it's just like, it was executed flawlessly. It was beautiful.
Add that to my list to watch.
Also a good movie.
But I mean, it's a single shot. It's like I'm like, but I remember that because it fit the moment so perfectly. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you feel like now that you know these things, like you want to put some of these things into your films or ideas, or I don't know?
I don't know. It's hard because with writing, I mean, I picture it in my head one way, and then a director's going to put it a different way, and I'm trying not to get too attached to those things, unless I am directing it.
Right.
Like I have a story idea for someone who is not like I will not fit the character at all, so I would like to direct that. But I'm like, until we get to that point, I'm kind of just like staying in like the narrative, without adding any shots into my writing and like my idea storage.
And so that next thing is up in the fall here that you're kind of...
Yeah. So right now our title for it is Bittersweet, and it's...
Ooh.
Yeah, we really love it. But I'll be posting more about it once we get through the second, third, fourth, fifth draft, whatever we get on. And then I'm also writing another screenplay in the process, like at the same time too. So
will you end up doing also like a 48 or a Z-Fest or anything like that? Or 50-50, I guess also now we know about.
Yeah, I'm happy to like join on teams. I don't think that I'm going to take the time to create my own team.
Right.
I would like to challenge myself like writing wise for things like that. And then of course performing, acting in stuff. I still do go to auditions, and I still do all of this stuff on top of everything I'm doing. Yeah. So.
Nice. Do you have an agent in town?
I do. I'm with More Creative Talent. I was just on an audition today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
They're great.
You've been busy.
Yeah. So how can people like reach out to you and find you, get a hold of you, or see your things if maybe they're interested in working with you or having you in there?
Or follow you and all that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am on Facebook, but I don't like Facebook. I'm just really on it to like...
So many people have said that to us.
See like audition postings.
Yeah.
But Instagram is my jam.
At
Clara May Davies, CLARAMAE DAVIES. Which I mean, if you follow you guys, and then you'll find me. I'm there. I'm around. And then other kind of platforms I haven't really gotten onto yet because I only have done one film, and I would like to start doing some more like short stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Lots of ideas.
Yeah. How can other filmmakers contact you? Like email, or like what's your email or anything like that?
Straight up just Instagram me.
Instagram.
Or Facebook message, and
there
then
you go.
Okay.
We'll go from there.
great.
You know, it's like texting.
Yeah. Just easier.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Is that it?
Yeah.
Are we done?
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for like
this
hanging
was so
out with
much
us
fun.
today and taking the time to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
awesome.
like, I kind of forgot that we were being recorded so other people can hear us talk. So
Yeah.
that's great.
Good.
I mean, it's great for you guys because then it's like normal
Exactly,
instead of me
yeah.
thinking like everyone's watching us.
Yeah. No one's watching this.
No.
They're listening, but they're not
They're
watching.
definitely
Dun,
listening.
dun, dun.
Oh, I mean, they may not be listening anymore after I sang earlier, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
at least listened to the first half.
I don't know.
You're
They're
right.
probably trying to
You're
contact
right about
you, get you a record deal.
Like, what is this girl's issue?
That birthday song
Oh, man. It was rough.
is on the run now.
It is. But yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And don't let it like stress you out or like get in your head because it gets better from there. Like it freaked me out.
Did
at
you
first,
just say
and
it
really
gets
does.
better?
It does. It gets better. It does. Like honestly, looking
the
back,
first
like,
30 years were probably boring and, you know,
see,
lame.
and like
so-
now you're doing things that you love, and you're like
Yeah.
actually really taking hold of it.
That's
and
true.
It's just gonna ramp up, and you're gonna give yourself some more like self care and focus on what you love, and that's
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
growing up,
exactly.
which
And
is fun.
one of my friends said, think of it as like the thriving 30s. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Laugh
that
at me
helps.
for that shit.
I'm probably going to still tell people I'm like 28, so it's fine.
Well, you could easily get away with it. So
Yeah.
Some guy asked me if I was in college like
Aw.
this earlier this week, and I'm like, please, I am like twice the age for college, but thank you.
Some guy asked you if you're
Yeah.
like someone you knew or just.
No,
oh,
we were like, it's like, what are you in? Aren't you in like college? And I'm like, no, but thank you.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the best.
Yeah.
No respect for the kids, you know. No, I'm just kidding.
It's crazy because like the older you get, the less you're able to tell how old kids are.
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like they look so much younger now than they did even 10 years ago.
Oh, really?
It's
I
so-
think they look older.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they look way
older.
like I feel like there's a fine line between you're an adult and like no, you're still a child. Please stop. Like just stop.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's weird. But I don't know. Maybe I'm also just really bad at guessing. Anyway, so thank you for being here.
yeah.
Thank you.
I'm getting off on a tangent. Yeah, it was awesome. If anybody's interested in working with Clara, you have her information. Check her out on Instagram. Send her a
Yeah.
message.
But don't be creeps. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because there are some creeps. So no creeps, please.
It
Yeah.
happens. It's social media.
Yeah.
It's
It's
still
unfortunate.
a thing.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you for coming
Fun.
on,
Thank
Clara.
you guys so much. I had fun.
This was fun.
yeah. Well, that's Film in Minnesota, you guys.
And we'll
Thanks
catch
for
you next
listening.
time.
Bye.